or Sanjay Singh in between. And the fact that someone like Kavitha has been arrested, Shravan, clearly shows that there is there is a lot of evidence with the agencies which gives them the confidence to go ahead and make those kind of arrests. Remember, this is election season, and this kind of arrest can give a sympathy factor going in favor of the leader. And despite that, if the agencies are doing it, if they have the free hand to do it, obviously shows that they have something up their sleeves. We have seen how the money trail was accepted as real by the High Court, Delhi High Court, even as the Aam Aadmi Party still continued to bandy the bogus investigation argument. We have seen how court after court, from the Rouse Avenue Court to the Delhi High Court, even the Supreme Court, they have refused bail to the leaders involved. And now, of course, the information that you bring in, that the agency is contemplating getting on to another very senior leader involved in the case and the possibility of arrest anytime soon. So I think while on the part of the Aam Aadmi Party, their bogus investigation argument seems to be proffered because they don't have anything else. On the part of agencies, with every step we have seen, they're getting the confidence to say, no, this is not a right time to give bail because we have a lot of evidence. And as of now, it seems there is a crucial stage of investigation when they, after arresting Kavitha, might get on to, we have seen summons coming into Arvind Kejriwal. We don't know whether it would be actually Arvind Kejriwal. The agency has not named him, but obviously things moving in that direction.
Well, in fact, I'll just request you to stay on with us with a quick update that we're also getting in from our agency sources. Remember, there are two agencies looking into this matter, the Central Bureau of Investigation and the Enforcement Directorate. We're getting in some more breaking news in connection to the Liquorgate. Agency top sources have now confirmed to Republic TV that a top leader likely to be summoned soon. Let's put out that big breaking news now coming in. This in the backdrop that the Central Bureau of Investigation, during the hearing that took place earlier in the day, the bail plea of the then Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, the Central Bureau of Investigation indicated that a high-profile person could be actually arrested in this entire matter. But what's important to point out here is that I'm given to understand, Abhishek, that there is a high possibility that a top leader could be summoned. In fact, they are in the process of looking at making the person concerned and accused in this particular case, and there's also a possibility of the person being charge sheeted by one of the agencies. We are not putting out more details because, remember, the investigation is still underway. A quick update from you, Abhishek, because the fact that the agencies have now gone to the court and indicated that there is a possibility of arrest to be made because they've made they've gathered fresh evidence, and the fact that they are naming a sitting chief minister in a statement that was issued earlier today, it's quite unprecedented because we've never seen the agencies really naming anyone, that too in a statement that has been issued.
No, in fact, I am tempted to ask this question to you, Shravan. The fact that at every stage, the agencies say that they have credible evidence, the courts believe them. Today, in fact, Manish Sisodia was again denied, has been asked, the agency has said that please don't give bail to him because there is likelihood of we even going ahead and making another important arrest. And the fact that the court has established a money trail and agreed with it, with the agencies, you think that it's almost like the agencies believe it's an open and shut case for them?
Well, that's right, Abhishek, because it does appear right now that, as you rightly pointed out, with every passing phase of the investigation, we have seen that the agencies have been extremely bold in the statements that they have made. In this particular case, they've also made a mention of the fact that Kavitha has destroyed certain evidence. They've gone a step further by saying that they've orchestrated a deal, even though you have Arvind Kejriwal, who has not appeared before the agency. The agency has now named Arvind Kejriwal, and they say that a deal was struck between Kavitha, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast, Abhishek. As you're getting us more details, it does appear that in the coming few days, the agencies likely to gain more pace in the investigation that has been carried on. Moving on to news coming in from Karnataka, a shopkeeper was allegedly attacked near Siddhana layout in Bengaluru on Sunday after he allegedly played Hanuman Chalisa. Videos of the incident circulated on social media showed a confrontation between the shopkeeper and a group of youngsters. The confrontation escalated into physical violence. Now, in an exclusive, Republic also spoke to the victim of the assault. Let's listen in.
मुकेश, कल क्या हुआ मुझे बता सकता है?
सर कल शाम 6 बजे के करीब मैं गाना बजा रहा था सर, भगवान के गाना सुन रहा था, तो 6 लोग आए, मेरे को 3 लोग बात किया, मुस्लिम लोग थे, कि अज़ान का टाइम में बजाओ मत, नहीं तो मार खाओगे। मैं बोला अभी अज़ान का टाइम नहीं है और उधर डिस्टर्ब भी करता नहीं, बहुत दूर है इधर से मस्जिद, तो आपको तकलीफ क्यों हो रही है, तू इतना बात कर मत कर, तू नहीं तो तू मार खाएगा। मैं सामने आया, क्यों मार खाऊंगा करके, तो उन्होंने पकड़ के मारना शुरू किया मुझे, और मैं मेरे को डिफीट करने के लिए मैं दुकान से बाहर जाके उनको मारने लगा, तो उन्होंने एक साथ में वॉक कर मेरे को गिरा दिया और मारने लगे।
कौन सा भजन आपने लगाया था इधर?
सर हनुमान जी का एल्बम बजाया था, वो टाइम हनुमान चालीसा बजा, हाँ वो टाइम हनुमान चालीसा बज रहा था सर।
आप रोज बजाता है?
हाँ सर मैं रोज बजाता हूँ, मेरे आस पास दुकान वाले सभी को पूछ सकते हो, मैं सुबह और एक शाम टाइम बजाता हूँ, और एक कल संडे भी था, और मैं स्पीकर बेचता हूँ, मेरा स्पीकर का बिजनेस है। अगर मैं साउंड नहीं बजाऊंगा तो लोगों को मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा मैं क्या बिजनेस करता हूँ, वो हिसाब से मैं बजाया था। और स्पीकर भी ज़्यादा बड़ा नहीं था सर, ये इतना छोटा स्पीकर था सर, किसी को सुनाई नहीं देता ना, वो चुपके इश्यू बना के मेरे को मार के गए सर।
कौन कौन आया था, आपको पहचानता है वो लोग? आपने
सर मेरे को पहचानते नहीं वो लोग, ऐसे।
And upping the ante against the Sisodia government, the BJP hit the streets demanding immediate action. Listen in to what BJP parliamentarian Tejasvi Surya had to say.
Evening, Mukesh, who is a honest, hard-working shopkeeper in Nagaratpet, was conducting his business in the evening. And in the evening time, he tells me that every day evening he had a practice of playing devotional songs, Hanuman Chalisa, on his speaker. Last evening, while he was conducting his business, attending to his customers and playing the Hanuman Chalisa, a few miscreants came to his shop, the whole of which is captured on CCTV. They started an argument with him and demanded him to switch off and stop playing the Hanuman Chalisa. When he refused to do so, he was literally pulled out of his store, and 6 to 7 of these miscreants thrashed him, attacked him, and you may see the kind of injuries that Mukesh has sustained. He was all alone, and more than 7 to 8 of them have caused grievous hurt on his back, on his chest, on his head, temple and face. Immediately thereafter, Mukesh and the neighboring shopkeepers tried to reach the nearest police station to register an FIR. Even after submitting a detailed written complaint, the local police did not register an FIR. It was only after the intervention of Shri PC Mohan and myself and our local BJP leaders that at a belated stage an FIR was registered. And the locals here are also apprehensive that the police have filed a diluted FIR and have also registered or added names of certain people who may not be involved in the crime itself.
Well, moving on to some global stories now. 8 people were killed in airstrikes by the Pakistani military in the border regions of Afghanistan. Border tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan have risen since the Taliban government seized power in 2021, with Islamabad claiming groups are carrying out regular attacks from the neighboring country. Now, the strikes come after 7 Pakistani troops were killed in an attack inside Pakistani territory on Saturday, for which the country's president Asif Ali Zardari vowed retaliation. What you see right now are these images that are coming in of the airstrikes that were carried out around 3 o'clock in the morning local time. In fact, a stinging response has also come in from Afghanistan. A quick recap before I also bring in our Islamabad reporter Kaswar on this entire matter. Pakistan, remember, says that the TTP is being harbored by Afghanistan Taliban, and that is the reason why these attacks were necessitated. In fact, they say that one terrorist of the TTP was under the radar, that is Abdullah, who's a member of the Tehrik-e-Taliban, and that is the reason why these airstrikes were actually carried out. Multiple airstrikes were carried out, and Afghanistan once again has warned Pakistan that if this basically continues, it really won't augur well for the country. Let me quickly bring in our Islamabad reporter while we stay on these images and bring in Kaswar too. Kaswar, a quick response from you. What is it that you have picked up from the Pakistani establishment with regards to the attacks that were basically carried out earlier in the day? Pakistan says that Tehrik-e-Taliban was on the radar. Afghanistan has had a stinging response. Quickly take us through the action that was taken by the Pakistanis. It's going to perhaps have a major ramification in the days to come.
Well, Shaman, let me tell you, two conflicting statements are coming from the two brotherly countries. Pakistan claimed that it has killed the mastermind of yesterday's attack. Remember, as you have rightly pointed out, that 7 Pakistan soldiers were martyred, and the mastermind Pakistan claimed have been perished. But on the other hand, we heard, I have spoken to the Zabiullah Mujahid over the telephone. He confirmed that the Pakistani airstrike has killed 8 people, including women and children. But I am not in a position to confirm whether which side is speaking the truth. But one thing is for sure, that is the already fragile relationship between the two countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan. It is going to soar once again, and the gulf between the two countries is going to widen, followed by this strike as well, Shaman.
Well, Kaswar, just a quick question before I let you go. With regards to Afghanistan's response in this entire matter, Afghanistan says that this is not going to augur well, and this is an act of war. Is there any response really coming in? Does the Pakistani establishment fear some sort of a retaliation from Afghanistan Taliban?
Well, Pakistan is not fearing any retaliatory attack by Afghanistan. You know, there's a big difference between the two sides when it comes to the army side, law enforcement justice. But one thing is that Pakistan has been faced at the front of terrorist attacks, and followed by this strike, there could be an increase in the terrorist attack, and which Pakistan claimed they were carried out by the terrorists which have sanctuaries in Afghanistan. So I think in this way, Pakistan can fear the more frequencies of attacks, terrorist attacks inside Pakistan. But regarding the country-to-country, military-to-military attacks, I think Pakistan have the edge.
Well, thank you very much, Kaswar, for getting us that comprehensive report from the border regions of Pakistan and Afghanistan, a story that we'll be tracking very closely as it has got massive security ramifications. On the other side, global concerns over Putin's World War III warning after record landslide in Russian election. On the other side.
Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. No, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. this election isn't won, I'm not sure that you'll ever have another election in this country. Does that make sense? I don't think you're going to have another election in this country. If we don't win this election, I don't think you're going to have another election, or certainly not an election that's meaningful. And we better get out, I actually say that the date, remember this, November 5th, I believe it's going to be the most important date in the history of our country. I believe that. The hardworking American taxpayer will once again have a friend and a fighter and a champion in the White House. Biden's socialist spending, his socialist spending is really what's happening is your Social Security is going to be gone. You know, they don't say it. They never say it. You will not be able to have Social Security with this guy in office because he's destroying the economics of our country. And that includes Medicare, by the way, and American seniors are going to be in big trouble. I made a promise that I will always keep Social Security, Medicare. We always will keep it. We won't be cutting it. We have liquid gold under the ground. We'll be drilling like a son of a gun, but we're leaving your Social Security around. They won't.
Well, in Russia, Vladimir Putin warned the West that a direct conflict between Russia and the US-led NATO military alliance would mean the planet was one step away from World War III, but said hardly anyone wanted such a scenario. This comes after Vladimir Putin won his fifth term as Russia's president with a record number of votes. Listen in to that statement.
Macron talks about possible deployment of foreign military in Ukraine. Do you think that the full-scale conflict between Russia and NATO, is it possible? Is it realistic? I think anything is possible in today's world, and it's clear to everyone this would be one step from a full-scale World War III. I don't think people would be interested in that. As for the French president,
let me also bring in Pathikrit Prem, security analyst, joining us on this broadcast. Pathikrit, this undoubtedly comes across as a big setback for the Ukrainians, but at the same time, a big message for the West too, that they will have to perhaps calibrate their approach towards dealing with Russia at this point in time.
Well, absolutely, Shravan. If you look at it in the last 2 years, there is no doubt that no stone has been unturned by the West to have some kind of a regime change in Russia. And efforts have been made towards that. There has been a lot of stories that were planted about the health of President Putin. It was projected as if he is losing the war in Ukraine. Today, after the election has been won, I think for the next 6 years, now that President Putin will continue to remain the president of Russia, it adds enormous amount of impetus for him to go ahead for what he wants to do the next. And invariably today, Western Europe and United States is no more in a position to dictate the terms so far as the Ukraine war is concerned as they used to do in the past. We have seen how gradually They have reduced their support, military support for Ukraine. In fact, they have almost literally disowned Ukraine so far as this war is concerned. So invariably, there is no denial of the fact that neither the Russian economy has been dismantled, neither President Putin has become weaker, nor the Ukrainians are winning the war. Against this backdrop today, as things stand, President Putin also realizes that West is gradually becoming far more for the rest of the world, especially about what's happening in Middle East included. So I think this statement about a nuclear war comes in. It is a clear message for those who still want to continue the war in Ukraine, especially against the backdrop of some statements that was made from France on this issue.
Right.
And it seems that Putin and Russia is more prepared, far better prepared to do what they want to do so far as the next stand on this issue is concerned.
Well, as 2024 sees several elections actually taking place across the globe, remains to be seen whether at all there would be a recalibration in the manner that we are dealing with Russia. The Ukrainians on the other side extremely worried with the prospect of Putin continuing as the president of Russia. We have to focus now to some election stories coming in. NDA seat sharing in Bihar with BJP have already announced a seat sharing formula for the state. BJP will contest 17 Lok Sabha seats, JDU 16, while 5 have been given to Chirag Paswan's LJP. LJP State President Raju Tiwari said that the NDA will confidently win all 40 seats in Bihar. On Rajya Sabha, MP Kapil Sibbal's remark on the number of phases of Lok Sabha elections, BJP leader Agnimitra Pol said that it is not possible for the common man in Bengal to vote without any intimidation from the TMC. YSRCP Chief YS Jagan Mohan Reddy is all set to launch the Bus Yatra as part of the campaign for the upcoming general and assembly elections. The Bus Yatra will start in another week and it is expected to last for 21 days. On the removal of West Bengal DGP ahead of the Lok Sabha elections 2024, State Congress President Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has welcomed the move. He alleged that the DGP was hand in gloves with the TMC and would only follow their orders instead of siding with the people. In another shocker to India allies ahead of the Lok Sabha polls, BSP parliamentarian Sangeeta Azad, party leader Azad Ari Mardan and Supreme Court lawyer Seema Samriddhi joined the BJP today. Days after the Election Commission announced the dates for the Lok Sabha polls, Assam Agriculture Minister Atul Bora has asserted that the BJP will win all 14 seats in the state. He also said that campaigning in the state is in full force. Prime Minister's point-by-point takedown of Shakti insult says people will give Congress a fitting reply. NDA seals the Bihar deal ahead of the big election. BJP to contest on 17 seats and JDU on 16.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
I am very, very happy to announce that Niva Bupa Health Insurance has come on board as Republic TV's studio partner. Niva Bupa Health Insurance is the fastest growing company among standalone health insurance players in India. It has also provided health insurance coverage to 1.1 crore people in India and settled over 15 lakh claims, processing one claim every 60 seconds. So we are delighted to be partnering with them.
Taking a look at all the top 50 stories at this moment. As Congress's Rahul Gandhi spoke at the closing rally of his Yatra, he said, and I quote, "There is a word Shakti in Hinduism and India is fighting against a Shakti." He said that the soul and integrity of EVMs have been traded to the Prime Minister and that every autonomous institution of the country, be it the ED, CBI or Income Tax Department, have traded their spines to the centre, unquote. Prime Minister Modi responded to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's Shakti remark, saying that every mother and daughter is a form of Shakti in India. In a recent address in Shivamoga, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that an attack on Shakti is an attack on women, daughters and the motherland itself. This comes after Rahul's Shakti remark at a rally in Mumbai.
अलायंस के लोग अब इसी शक्ति को कुचलना चाहते हैं। इन्हें मां भारती की बढ़ती हुई शक्ति से नफरत हो रही है। शक्ति पर वार का मतलब है देश की माताओं, बहनों, बेटियों पर वार।
The Prime Minister further said that if the Indies' announcement is destruction of Shakti, then it is BJP's announcement to worship the Shakti.
हिंदू समाज जिसे शक्ति मानता है, उस शक्ति के विनाश का उन्होंने ऐलान कर दिया है। अगर शक्ति के विनाश का उनका ऐलान है, तो शक्ति की उपासना का हमारा भी ऐलान है।
Launching a scathing attack at the Congress party, BJP Shahzad Poonawalla says that Rahul Gandhi is against Nari Shakti. He said that a series of India Alliance members have said that Hindu Dharma is fraud and that the Congress party has a long history of Hindu hatred, from denying the existence of Lord Ram to making the statement about Shakti. In a lengthy post on social media platform X, Congress's Rahul Gandhi said, hitting back at the Prime Minister, that his comments have been twisted by the Prime Minister. He said that he did not mean in the way Prime Minister is actually interpreting it. RJD leader Mrityunjay Tiwari backing Congress's Rahul Gandhi statement said that the masses will take their revenge and whatever Rahul Gandhi has said is correct. Public will take their revenge against the BJP. Just a month left to the Lok Sabha election 2024. The Election Commission of India has directed the dismissal of the Home Secretary in 6 states: Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. The Election Commission on Monday issued orders to remove bureaucrats and officials from various parts of India ahead of the Lok Sabha polls, including West Bengal's Director General of Police Rajiv Kumar, Brihana Mumbai Municipal Corporation Commissioner Iqbal Chahal. Responding to the Election Commission's move to dismiss Bengal's chief police officer, the Trinamool Congress leader Kunal Ghosh criticized the BJP for its attempt to what it calls seizing control and overseeing the operations of central agencies. The Supreme Court today directed the State Bank of India to disclose all the details related to electoral bonds that allowed individuals and companies to make donations to political parties. On the 15th of February, a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court of India, headed by Chief Justice T.Y. Chandrachud, unanimously struck down the electoral bond scheme, calling it unconstitutional. Delhi Minister and Aam Aadmi Party leader Gopal Rai launched a scathing attack against the BJP regarding electoral bonds, alleging a wheel of secrecy surrounding the issue. Rai accused the BJP of concealing pertinent information over the past decade, including alleged misuse of central agencies, conducting raids and questionable donation practices. Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah spoke about the financial disparities among political parties concerning electoral bonds. Abdullah said that while his party, the National Conference, received 50 lakh rupees, the BJP amassed a significantly larger amount, totaling 6,000 crores. BRS leader Kavitha has moved the Supreme Court, challenging her arrest by the ED in Delhi liquor policy case. The ED has claimed Kavitha was linked to a South Group lobby of liquor traders who were trying to play a larger role under the now scrapped Delhi excise policy. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is under the ED lens, this time in the Delhi Jal Board case. A day after the central agency issued a summons to the Aam Aadmi Party convener, Kejriwal once again failed to appear for questioning. The latest probe comes even as Kejriwal faces summons in the Delhi excise policy case as well, for which he has skipped 8 rounds of questioning by the ED. Delhi Minister Gopal Rai Talking about the ED summons to Kejriwal, says that summons are politically motivated and that the ED and the CBI are sending summons due to pressure from the BJP. On ED summons to Delhi, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal over Delhi Jal Board scam, Saurabh Bharadwaj says, and I quote him here, central government feels that if Arvind Kejriwal goes out of Delhi and holds rally and meeting for India Alliance, hindrances for BJP will increase, so they want to put him behind the bars somehow, unquote. On Delhi, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal skipping ED summons in money laundering case linked to Delhi Jal Board. Delhi BJP President Virendra Sachdeva says that Kejriwal has done a lot of corruption in Delhi and that he's running away from the Delhi Jal Board summon. BJP leader Harish Khurana hit out at Kejriwal, saying that he has no respect for law and order and that he is deliberately evading the ED summons. Now this after central agency issued a summon to the Aam Aadmi Party convener again. Former Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Yadav slammed the JDU and the BJP on the paper leak case, saying that wherever there is BJP's government, such incidents will happen. He also demanded action against this. Today, the Punjab and Haryana High Court is all set to hear a plea challenging the appointment of the new Haryana Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini. The acting Chief Justice questioned if Saini can effectively govern the state for 6 months without being elected. All 7 BJP Lok Sabha candidates of Delhi, along with Delhi Unit Chief Virendra Sachdeva, held a press conference in Delhi. Speaking at the meeting, Sachdeva said that BJP will win in all seats. Congress leader Mahesh Joshi gets ED summon. Congress leader Joshi claimed that the summons were hurriedly issued, citing that searches were conducted at his residence on the 16th of January. He appealed to the authorities for a 15-day extension to gather all the necessary documents. 6 individuals assaulted a shopkeeper who has alleged that he was attacked for playing the Hanuman Chalisa. This coming in from Bengaluru. He also said that this group used to frequently threaten him and demand money. 3 people have been arrested in this case. Following BRS MLA Danam Nagendra's defection to the Congress party, another BRS agitator has petitioned the Assembly Speaker to disqualify Khairatabad MLA Nagendra for his party switch. BJP MP Sadanand Gowda openly expresses dissatisfaction with the party, attributing the situation to a few party leaders. He suggested that BJP is no longer distinct and keeps his future options open. He's hinting at an impending decision. Remarks come shortly after Ishwara Pa's departure. Uttarakhand BJP State President Mahendra Bhatt has claimed that many more Congress MLAs are in touch with them, adding that there may be a major split in the Congress party before the Lok Sabha elections. The Congress has finalized seat sharing with the MK Stalin's DMK for the Lok Sabha elections in Tamil Nadu. Out of 39 Lok Sabha seats, the Congress will contest 9 seats, including Shivaganga. That's a stronghold of senior leader P. Chidambaram. Youth Congress workers protested in front of KPCC office in Bengaluru, demanding a ticket for Youth Congress President Mohammad Nalpar from Bengaluru Central Lok Sabha constituency. Moving on, earlier in a recent event in Mumbai, Gautam Adani outlined his ambitious plan for the Adani Group's future. Adani Group highlighted their emphasis and emphasized their significant achievements across various sectors, including being the world's second largest solar power company, the largest airport operator and leading player in ports, logistics, energy, cement, among the others.
It is our adoption of this principle that has led to the outcome of the Adani Group being able to continue its journey of a hyper-growth, and our journey is only just starting. A journey built on one of the most exciting platforms that has ever existed, a platform called India.
Hundreds of desperate Palestinians in Gaza City welcomed the much-needed food aid as people waited their turn to collect flour outside the headquarters of the UN Relief Agency. Aid group said that it is nearly impossible to deliver because of severe Israeli restrictions. Relatives of hostages being held in Gaza blocked a highway in Tel Aviv as they called for hostages to be released. With more than 250 Israelis being held as hostages, protests have rallied across Israel in the last few weeks against Netanyahu's stalled ceasefire negotiations. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu has approved plans for an attack on Rafah, where 1.4 million displaced Palestinians have sought shelter, while planning to send a team to further truce talks in Qatar after mocking a ceasefire proposal by Hamas as ridiculous. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem for talks on the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Germany, a staunch ally of Israel, has repeatedly expressed its solidarity with the country in its war against Hamas. Olaf Scholz also met with Israeli President Isaac Herzog, where they discussed rescuing Israeli hostages in Gaza and getting humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip. Scholz said that while Germany will support Israel, civilians suffering in Gaza must be looked at on priority. Vladimir Putin says that if French troops were to be deployed to Ukraine, they would play only a secondary role. The president also said a direct conflict with NATO in their interference in the Russia-Ukraine war would be one step away from a full-scale Third World War. And President Putin has said that he does not rule out creating a security zone on the border with Ukraine in the wake of the latest exchange of rocket fire between the two countries. He asserted that a border zone will help in reducing weapon use by enemy nations in the conflict. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky dismissed the current Russian presidential election as an imitation of elections. He says that Russian president is addicted to power and hence will unleash an even more intensive crackdown on dissent to remain as president for the next several years. In Ukraine's war-scarred eastern town of Izium, residents are still suffering from displacement in the wake of Russia's invasion. As Russia concluded its voting in the presidential polls, Ukrainian residents have appealed to voters to reflect on their choice, given the scale of devastation unleashed in Ukraine by Putin's forces. Targeting TTP terrorist Abdullah Shah, Pakistan launched an airstrike in Paktika and coast provinces of Afghanistan. The Afghan government warned that such strikes could lead to consequences which are beyond Pakistan's control. Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed a landslide victory in the country's presidential elections, extending his rule to 2030. Putin led the race with an estimated 87.15% of total votes polled. Also, Putin hailed the preliminary results in the elections and thanked the voters, telling them that Russians were all one team and that the source of authority in the nation is the Russian people, even as he faced competition from three token rivals. Voting trends showed him in the lead with 88% of the mandate. Venezuela's president praised his counterpart Vladimir Putin after Russia's Central Election Commission reported his victory with 88% of the votes. Nicolas Maduro described Putin as Venezuela's big brother who won the war against the entire collective empire of the West. In his first comments on Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny's death, Vladimir Putin said that he supported an idea to release him in a prisoner exchange just days before he died. He also denied any role in Navalny's demise in the Arctic prison, while calling the situation as an unfortunate part of life. The European Union announced an $8 billion aid package for Egypt amid concerns of economic pressure and conflict in neighboring countries. The aid package includes grants and loans for the next 3 years as part of macro-financial assistance. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni praised the role her country played in a new model of cooperation between Europe and the southern shore of the Mediterranean. She also reaffirmed their shared cooperation in tackling illegal migration and human trafficking. President Joe Biden invited Catholic leaders to the White House for a brunch to mark St. Patrick's Day. He thanked all organizations present for the work they do to assist vulnerable communities across the country. Uber is set to pay $178 billion to settle a long-running dispute with Australian taxi and hire car drivers who lost out when the company entered the market. A lawyer said that the drivers and car owners suffered financial losses without any compensation due to Uber's aggressive entry into the market in 2012. Brazil is undergoing a heat wave with most of the country on high alert for health risks due to above-average temperatures. The alert affects 1,600 municipalities in the southeast and central west regions, 556 of which have been notified of severe weather conditions. Large crowds gathered on the streets of Boston in city's annual St. Patrick's Day parade. A group of dancers and performers were seen donning green outfits to revel in Irish heritage and commemorate Ireland's patron saint.
тем силам, даже не мне лично, а тем силам, которые за мной стоят.
Да.
Может быть, глупый вопрос, но тем не менее Макрон продолжает говорить о том, что возможно...
Я думаю, что все возможно в современном мире, но я уже говорил, и это понятно для всех, что это будет в одном шаге от полномасштабной Третьей мировой войны. Думаю, что в этом вряд ли кто-нибудь заинтересован. Что касается позиции президента Франции, то там уже есть какие-то поправки в том смысле, что этот контингент будет выполнять второстепенные функции, должен будет заниматься подготовкой военных кадров на Украине, разъяснением, как пользоваться западной техникой, ну и некоторые другие функции подобного рода. Сегодня это мало чем отличается от того, что делают наемники. А потом вооруженные военнослужащие стран НАТО там присутствуют, мы же знаем. Мы слышим и французскую речь, там, и английскую речь. Ничего хорошего в этом нет, прежде всего для них, потому что они погибают. И в большом количестве. Будущего управленческого корпуса. Вы знаете, но в конечном итоге это же не наш выбор. Если кто-то хочет немножко прикрыть внутриполитические проблемы своей агрессивной внешней риторикой, что это известный во всем мире и часто применяемый прием. Когда я сказал о этом проекте «Время героев», очень бы хотелось, чтобы Франция играла не такую роль, которая ведет к усугублению конфликта, к его обострению, не провоцировала бы эту ситуацию, а наоборот, как здесь было.
I'm very, very happy to announce that Niva Bupa Health Insurance has come on board as Republic TV's studio partner. Niva Bupa Health Insurance is the fastest growing company among standalone health insurance players in India. It has also provided health insurance coverage to 1.1 crore people in India and settled over 15 lakh claims, processing one claim every 60 seconds. So we are delighted to be partnering with them.
Now, the war of words has ensued between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi. Now, remember, Rahul Gandhi, while concluding his Bharat Jodo Yatra in Mumbai, used the word Shakti. He said that the word Shakti in Hinduism, and he, of course, drew various interpretations of his own from that. And Prime Minister was quick to retort. He hit back at Rahul Gandhi, saying that this is an insult and this is the mindset of the Indie leaders to destroy Shakti. Take a look at this report for more.
इंडी अलायंस की रैली थी और चुनाव घोषित होने के बाद इंडी अलायंस की ये पहली और उनके लिए सबसे महत्वपूर्ण रैली थी। उस रैली में उन्होंने अपना घोषणा पत्र जाहिर किया और उनके पहले घोषणा पत्र का ऐलान क्या है? मुंबई के शिवाजी मैदान में जो छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज कहते थे, जब एक औरत को उठा करके लाए तो उन्होंने कहा, काश अगर तुम मेरी मां होती तो मैं भी तेरे जैसा सुंदर होता। ऐसा शिवाजी पार्क जहां से इंडी अलायंस ने अपनी घोषणा पत्र जाहिर किया और उन्होंने कहा है कि उनकी लड़ाई शक्ति के खिलाफ है। मेरे लिए हर मां शक्ति का रूप है। हर बेटी शक्ति का रूप है और मेरी इन माताओं बहनों की तरफ से माताओं बहनों आपको मैं शक्ति के रूप में पूजा करता हूं। मैं भारत मां का पुजारी हूं। मैं आप शक्ति स्वरूपा सब माता बहन बेटियों का भी पुजारी हूं और जिन्होंने कल शिवाजी पार्क में इंडिया अलायंस ने अपना घोषणा पत्र शक्ति को खत्म करने के लिए किया है, मैं इस चुनौती को स्वीकार करता हूं और मैं इन शक्ति स्वरूपा माताओं बहनों की रक्षा के लिए जान की बाजी लगा दूंगा, जीवन खपा दूंगा। क्या भारत की धरती पर कोई शक्ति के विनाश की बात कर सकता है क्या? क्या शक्ति का विनाश हमें मंजूर है? हम सब शक्ति की आराधना करते हैं कि नहीं करते हैं? पूरा हिंदुस्तान शक्ति की आराधना करता है कि नहीं करता है? अरे हमने तो चंद्रयान की सफलता को भी किसको समर्पित किया? चंद्रयान की सफलता को भी जहां चंद्रयान ने लैंड किया, हमने उस सफलता को भी शिव शक्ति नाम देकर के शिव शक्ति को समर्पित किया है। और ये लोग शक्ति के विनाश का बिगुल फूंक रहे हैं। माताएं बहनें, शक्ति स्वरूपा आप है। क्या ऐसे लोगों को शक्ति का विनाश करने के मौका देंगे क्या? मौका देंगे क्या? शक्ति का विनाश करने वालों का विनाश होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए? शक्ति स्वरूपा माताओं की रक्षा होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए? शक्ति के संस्कार की रक्षा होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए? और इसलिए भाइयों बहनों, इंडिया अलायंस ने कल अपनी घोषणा जाहिर कर दी है। घोषणा पत्र उनका जाहिर हो गया है और इसलिए लड़ाई एक तरफ शक्ति के विनाश के लोग करने वाले लोग हैं, दूसरी तरफ शक्ति की पूजा करने वाले लोग हैं। मुकाबला 4 जून को हो जाएगा। कौन शक्ति का विनाश कर सकता है और कौन शक्ति के आशीर्वाद प्राप्त कर सकता है, इसका मुकाबला 4 जून को हो जाएगा।
Now this retort by the Prime Minister, remember, comes as Rahul Gandhi spoke at the closing rally of his yatra, where he took on the NDA regime, comparing them to the powerful Hindu symbol of Shakti, often associated with Ma Durga, and declaring the opposition's fight against it. Listen to what he had said.
धर्म में शक्ति शब्द होता है। हम शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं, एक शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं। अब सवाल उठता है, वो शक्ति क्या है? जैसे किसी ने यहां कहा, राजा की आत्मा ईवीएम में है। सही है, सही है। राजा की आत्मा ईवीएम में है। हिंदुस्तान की हर संस्था में है, ईडी में है, सीबीआई में है, इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट में है।
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
I am very, very happy to announce that Niva Bupa Health Insurance has come on board as Republic TV's studio partner. Niva Bupa Health Insurance is the fastest growing company among standalone health insurance players in India. It has also provided health insurance coverage to 1.1 crore people in India and settled over 15 lakh claims, processing one claim every 60 seconds. So we are delighted to be partnering with them. Very happy to announce that Niva Bupa Health Insurance has come on board as Republic TV's studio partner. Niva Bupa Health Insurance is the fastest growing company among standalone health insurance players in India. It has also provided health insurance coverage to 1.1 crore people in India and settled over 15 lakh claims, processing one claim every 60 seconds. So we are delighted to be partnering with them.
This is Republic Niva Bupa Studio, your one-stop for all the breaking updates. I am Rakshita Mishra.
This is Republic Niva Bupa Studios, your one-stop destination for all the breaking news updates, and I am Shivangi Shukla.
No end to the Sanatan. Anti-Sanatan comments by the Indie bloc. Rahul says Hinduism symbol of Shakti, declares opposition's fight against Shakti itself. Prime Minister Modi's unsparing attack on Rahul says it's a fight between Shakti opposers and Shakti worshippers. Supreme Court wraps SBI in electoral bonds case, asks the CBI to disclose all electoral bond details, says don't be selective. And a major bureaucratic reshuffle ahead of the MCC implementation, that is the Model Code of Conduct. Viewers, Home Secretaries of 6 states, including that of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, and the DGP of Bengal have been shifted out. After arrest in Liquorgate probe, BRS MLC Kavitha moves Supreme Court challenging her arrest. After dodging 8 ED notices in liquor case, Arvind Kejriwal now skips summons in the Jal Board matter. Well, hello and welcome, viewers. I am Aishwarya Kapoor and you're watching The Burning Question. I'm going to have a packed house. It's a short format debate. But the point today, or the comments which were made by none other but Rahul Gandhi, the man who wants to be the face of the opposition, the man who wants to become the Prime Minister, the man who feels that he has it in him to lead leaders like Mamata Banerjee, Akhilesh Yadav, Tejasvi Yadav and Arvind Kejriwal all together, makes a comment today on Shakti and specifies and specifically says, viewers, specifically, and everyone in the opposition has come out to defend Rahul Gandhi saying that no, he meant something else. You see, he has given an explainer. He has gone to the social networking site and he has explained. But what he said is that Hindu dharma mein Shakti shabd hota hai, and it's verbatim, word to word, comma by comma. Hindu dharma mein Shakti shabd hota hai. हम शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं, एक शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं. अब सवाल उठता है वो शक्ति क्या है? वो शक्ति क्या है? I have a full house. Can I go to my panelists? I have Charu Pragya of the BJP. I have Pankaj Sharma. I have senior journalist alongside Pankaj Sharma ji. I have Rahul Dev ji and I have political analyst Vineet Goenka. I ask you, Pankaj ji. I have senior journalist Pankaj Sharma also joining in. Yes. I'm coming to you, Pankaj ji, first. Pankaj ji, what's wrong with Rahul Gandhi? Until how long will you defend him? Either it's the people who write his scripts, or I just don't know, because he is a repeat offender. He has made, you just can't call it a mistake or a slip of tongue, Pankaj ji. It's been at least half a dozen times that he has made such comments. It's just not one. Pankaj Sharma, and then coming to you, Charu.
Aishwarya, there is nothing wrong with Rahul Gandhi. Actually, there is something wrong with our media these days. You also know that Rahul Gandhi did not say what you are putting in his mouth. But I understand, and the entire nation understands your compulsions to play this sophistry. The most unfortunate thing these days, as I am saying, is that the media, which has the fundamental duty of telling the truth, feels more duty-bound to create and spread fake narratives. Do you really believe that Rahul Gandhi can even think of saying something like, we have to fight against Shakti, the Shakti of Hindu Dharma?
But he did, that's the problem, no. Sir, no Indian. And
what did he say?
I can't believe.
He said, like, Hindu Dharma mein ek shakti hai Shakti.
I am saying, Pankaj Sharma, you are absolutely right. No one in India, forget about a politician, no one can India, in a discussion, can even think, in a discussion at a chai stall, in a personal place, can think to make such a comment which Rahul Gandhi does and leader of the opposition does. It was just a matter of 10 days ago when we were discussing about a comment of another leader, and to which I remember Rahul Dev ji is on the panel and he said, what is wrong with the leaders of the opposition? It's just not done. With they making such comments, they don't need to fight against BJP. They are defeating themselves. And today you have Rahul Gandhi. You will defend him, it's okay. But what he said is what he said. He said, and I repeat, Hindu dharma mein Shakti shabd hota hai, Charu. हम शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं. हिंदू धर्म में शक्ति शब्द होता है. हम शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं. एक शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं. Charu and Pankaj ji saying there is nothing wrong. Everything is wrong with me.
Pankaj ji, can I please speak now?
Is it?
Good evening to you, Aishwarya, and a very
Please,
good evening to all the viewers. You know, the land in which we reside is called Dharti Mata. We say Bharat Mata. We say Ganga Maiya. Our goddess of wealth is a woman. Our goddess of knowledge is a woman. And let me also remind you that every single time Bharatiya Janata Party forms a government, it is because the women of this country, the Shakti in this country, chooses Prime Minister Modi because of all the work that he has done. But let's get down to the political question here, Aishwarya. The political question is that who is it that has been coaching and teaching Rahul Gandhi, or is this his own ideology? Because if I'm not mistaken, in the first Bharat Jodo Yatra, Rahul Gandhi was seen learning about Hinduism from Pastor George in Kerala. And Pastor George was then teaching him that Shakti is not the real God and the real God is our God, or something like that. And we repeat this. In fact, he uses it as something which is the crux of his entire speech at the culmination of Bharat Jodo Yatra. पहली बात आप कुछ छोड़ नहीं रहे हो, आप continuously सब कुछ तोड़ रहे हो. दूसरी बात, you are not merely insulting Hinduism. You're not merely insulting those who pray to the goddess Shakti. Insulting the balance of the universe. You don't understand. The women of this country are the force behind Prime Minister Modi. His flagship programs are all for women, whether it is Ujjwala, whether it is giving homes to women, whether it is making sure girls go to school and study. In fact, pick up any policy of Modi Sarkar. It is taking care of women from the second they are born till end of their time. And you want to challenge that? Well, let me assure you, the Shakti, the power of the divine feminine is going to be what is going to defeat you, decimate you. You're already defeated when you started speaking like that. But I think now what is going to happen is going to be the decimation, the complete decimation of the Congress. I am taking this personally, Aishwarya. I am taking this personally because nothing gives the right to insult our Rasta every time.
Okay, Charu. Vinith, I'll come to Rahul Dev. Rahul ji, even for a second, if I take that defense or that explanation either coming from Pankaj or from you, which I just heard few minutes prior on our Hindi channel, sir, that Aishwarya, you are not understanding. He meant something else. He wanted to say something else. Sir, for how long will he make such mistakes? For how long will he give such full toss balls to players like Modi and Shah, politically speaking, that they can hit the ball outside of the stadium? So, the Congress party needs to understand, it is just not the complete. I have spoken to opposition leaders who say, you don't understand, Aishwarya. The whole country, the whole political system is against Rahul Gandhi. Was it not the case prior to 2014 against Modi? Modi used to say, and BJP leaders used to say that the whole country's political system is against Modi. Did Modi make one such mistake? No, he didn't. So there is something fundamentally wrong. What is that fundamental problem? Congress party has to understand. Completely politically speaking, Rahul ji. Rahul Dev. Rahul Dev. Is my audio going through? Sir, can you hear me? Rahul ji, can you hear me? Rahul ji, can you hear me, sir?
We can hear you.
I don't think my audio is going through, Rahul Dev. I'm going to Vineet Goenka. Okay, Rahul ji. For how long, Rahul ji, for how long will Rahul Gandhi keep on making such mistakes? Okay. Pankaj Sharma, I'm taking that question to you again and then going to Vineet. For how long, Pankaj Sharma, will Rahul Gandhi keep on making such mistakes? If I take your defense that Aishwarya, he didn't mean this, he meant that, he didn't mean X, he meant Y. He didn't mean A, he meant B. But you are giving these full toss balls to political opponents like Modi and Shah who will hit you outside the stadium, and like how?
He didn't make any mistake.
Yes, Pankaj.
He didn't say what you are saying. You are putting words in his mouth. You know, what he said was that Modi ji is a mask. He is a mukhota, and we have to fight against the real evil Shakti behind him. And he explained what that evil Shakti behind him is. And as I have
One by one,
explained
Charu.
you,
Thank you.
as I have explained you that in Hindu scriptures, different gods and goddesses, different types of Shaktis are described. So there are different powers with devatas. There are different powers with updevatas. There are different powers with gandharvas, as I have told you. Then when you come to Asur, Danav, Rakshas, Daitya, Yaksh, Pishach, Betal, they have different powers. All these powers have been called Shaktis. So when you have to fight evil power, evil Shakti, negative Shakti, then you have to fight against that Shakti with the positive Shakti which has been given to you by Hindu religion. So he said there is a word called Shakti, and we have to fight against these evil forces with all the strength available to us, which Hindu religion has provided us. That is what he meant.
Okay, point taken, Pankaj Sharma. You are sticking to the same defense. Vineet.
Aishwarya ji, Ram Ram to you, Ram
Do you
Ram
buy
to all
this?
my co-panelists.
Do you buy
all
this
my
defense
viewers who are
by
watching
Pankaj
right
Sharma?
now.
Yeah. Ram Ram to you as well. Yeah. Rahul ji, coming to you. I hope you can hear me now.
The dislike and
Vineet,
the
please
disrespect.
continue.
Yeah, dislike and the disrespect for Sanatan by grandson of Feroz Bhai and a grandson of Italian grandfather is known to people. They have opposed Ram. They have given affidavit against Ram. They have stood with Udayinidhi Maran, who called Sanatan names. They also have time and again proved that they dislike all the Sanatanis who are natives of this land. This has been in their action and also in their speech. And today yesterday when he spoke against Shakti, I was wondering, then who is he? Because always I was taught that Mahisasur was against Shakti. Now I don't want to call anybody any name. That is just what is understanding of a common average Indian. That, somebody who is against Shakti would be called as Mahisasur. Let alone this, but let me tell you one thing which my father taught me in the
Sharma
child.
is calling. Rahul Gandhi wants to fight death. You are saying Mahishasur. I don't know what is happening.
No, I'm not saying Mahishasur. I'm saying it just comes to my mind. Let me just tell you two lines of the poem which my father taught. Aishwarya ji, he said, गिरी कहूं सकल वंश टूटे थे भूमि पर, हारते थे हौसले पंच नदी के तीर पे, पता नहीं कहां है वे अतीत में चला गए, काल के प्रवाह में निच को मिटा गए. Where is the civilization called as green, how and others? But our civilization has been there, it will be there, it will be there. Let people like Rahul Gandhi give whatever they want to do, but our civilization will be there, Hindu Dharma will be there, Sanatan Dharma will be there, and in 2024, 2029, Modi ji will be there.
No. I am only saying one thing, Rahul Devji. If I take the defense of Pankaj Sharma, if I take your defense, which you stated, sir, that he meant something else, it has been taken in a different reference. Sir, completely, just politically speaking, truly politically, and I only want Charu and Rahulji. How long, Charu Pragya on the other side, please. How long will he make such mistakes? When you talk to certain particular Congress leaders or to certain opposition leaders to whom they also call you, they are saying that, Aishwarya, you don't understand, the whole political system is against Rahul Gandhi, he's still thriving. But was that not the case prior to 2014 with Prime Minister Modi when he was a sitting Chief Minister? Rahul Gandhi is no Chief Minister. The same comment used to come from the BJP leaders at that point of time that the whole system is against Modi. But Modi never made such mistakes. Even if you give that vacuum of an alibi that someone else is writing his speeches, or it's being written in English, or in alphanumeric ways, or in some other way that he's reading out in Hindi, whatever may be the reason. He wants to defeat Modi. And if he makes such mistakes, such ghastly mistakes, which is not a mistake, by the way, according to me, but according to your defense, even that is not politically accepted.
Can I respond now?
Please, sir. I wanted to come earlier to you on this.
Can I respond now? All right.
Please, sir.
Firstly, I think it is a mistake. It's a mistake on his part it shows that he has not become the consummate speaker he ought to have become by now, especially when he is confronted with the challenge of standing up to a consummate, ultimate speaker like Narendra Modi. And he has ended up giving a great handle and an opportunity for BJP and the Prime Minister to ridicule him. So it is his mistake and he has to pay for it. But it is not his intention. I have already said in the last discussion, his intention could not have been to insult the supreme benevolent Shakti that is mentioned in the Hindu Dharma. Shakti by itself, like its English equivalent power, is a value-neutral word. There is a malevolent Shakti and there is a benevolent Shakti. There is you read our scriptures, there are powers of all kinds. The powers of the demons and powers of the gods, of devatas. So he has said that he is fighting the good Shakti, the Shakti of the goddess of Hindu Dharma. Has he said it? He has only said Shakti. He has mentioned the word Shakti, which by itself is value neutral. It is neither here nor there. How is it being interpreted as to mean an insult to the divine Shakti that is mentioned in Hindu Dharma?
No, I'll tell you why, sir. Because the minute he says, Rahulji, the minute he says, Hindu Dharma mein Shakti shabd hota hai, hame Shakti se lad rahe hain. That's my problem. You see, it's not that. If he would have only said, hum Shakti se lad rahe hain, ek Shakti se lad rahe hain, then I would have taken that point of yours. But the line, okay, please. Ji, bataiye. Please explain, sir.
Are you seriously as an individual and as a seasoned journalist, Aishwarya, do you seriously believe that he meant to disrespect and insult the divine Shakti mentioned in Hindu Dharma?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
He has a lot of shortcomings, but he is not so silly to even mean this or to think this. So it is clearly a mistake. I have said it earlier also. He has said two incomplete sentences, one after the other. He should have completed this first sentence that he started out with, Hindu Dharma mein ek Shakti hoti hai. Then he jumps on to the second sentence. There is a gap. But he has not said, read his words. Look at his words. He has not specified what Shakti he is talking about.
Sir, I don't know.
Can I come in, please?
What to expect from our political leaders, but Charu of the BJP wants to make a point. Yes, Charu. Yes, Charu.
So
yes. Please, Charu, make that point.
I actually feel really sorry for everyone who supports the Congress party, because every single day you have to decipher what Rahul Gandhi said. Every day, every alternate debate is you trying to convince the country, oh, he didn't mean what he said. So why don't you start making him say what he means for a change? And if you are saying that the utilization of the word Shakti was merely coincidental, then how do you justify Pastor George actually telling him Shakti is not a god, but the god is what we pray to? So I am only repeating the statements that have been heard by your leader and supported by your leader without a word said at all. And I'm sorry, he's not a child. How many times will you make excuses for him? He's not a toddler that the parent has to go running behind him and say, oh, but my son didn't mean to hurt you. That was not his intention. Galti se ho gaya. How many times really? You've launched him over a dozen times. You have allowed him, you have seen him fail in front of your eyes over a dozen times. Pull him back. Let the country prosper. Please don't shove him down the throats of Indians in the name of an opposition. I am sure there are hundreds of other youngsters in the country who would gladly take his place and be better.
No. I don't think, Charu, you would like it. He is your best opposition, you see. Rahul Gandhi helps you the most. But yeah, Pankaj Sharma.
See, Rahul Gandhi perhaps could not explain his point in detail.
Exactly. But he needs a battery of spokespersons explaining his point.
What about...
Why?
But what about Narendra Bhai
both of it is
Modi?
bad. So if he understands and he's
Okay, hold
abusing
on.
Shakti,
What
shameful.
about-
If he
what-
doesn't understand and you are
Charu
still explaining
Pragya
on his
ji,
behalf,
what-
it's still shameful. He's an
Let
old
Pankaj ji
man.
speak.
An
Let Pankaj
average
ji
Indian
speak.
would
Let
be a
Pankaj ji speak.
grandfather at this
Charu,
age.
Charu, please let
Ashwani,
Pankaj Sharma
an
speak.
average Indian
Charu,
would be a
let him.
grandfather
Okay,
at this
okay,
age.
Charu. Okay.
Both the
Charu, ending
explanations are
comments.
bad. Yes.
Charu, these are ending comments.
Please,
Charu,
Pankaj ji.
Charu, please. Okay. Okay, Charu. Who's becoming a grandfather or not? Let time decide, but okay, yeah. Yeah, Pankaj Sharma.
Please tell us about Narendra Bhai Modi, who deliberately told us that Shama Prasad Mukherjee was a proud son of Gujarat, who who set up India House in London. He deliberately told us this. He meant Shyamji Krishna Verma, and later he clarified. What about this? Narendra Bhai Modi told us that Alexander's army conquered the entire world but was defeated by the Biharis. Nitish Kumar corrected him because Alexander's army never crossed Ganga, but he deliberately wanted us to believe all this. These were not mistakes. They all were deliberate statements. So, Gupta dynasty.
Okay, point taken. Point taken, Pankaj ji. Vineet Goenka, ending comments. Vineet Goenka, ending comments. Vineet Goenka, ending comments. Vineet Goenka, ending comments, 30 seconds, please.
Defend to it. But today, citizens of India now know that the true color of Congress. Time again, Congress has been insulting Sanatanis and Hindus, and this is one more attempt to attract the second majority and their votes. They're trying to divide the Sanatan society into caste, also trying to, insult our goddesses and also the gods. And they have seen that. They have sidelines. They have always been with the people who insult Sanatan. This will not work. We will oppose this, and they will get befitting reply from all the citizens of the country.
Point taken. Till how long? Till how long, Rahul Dev? Till how long, Rahul Dev, will the people of this country have to deal with such mistakes? As you've termed it. I don't take it as a mistake. You've termed it as a mistake. For how long, sir, do we have to still deal with such mistakes?
I think, let me, okay, Aishwarya, just a second.
Sir.
My friend Pankaj Sharma has just mentioned two statements of the Prime Minister. Can we have the explanations of our two other friends on them? How long will he go on making such statements? Can you ask that?
Sir,
please ask.
Okay,
Can I
doing
answer?
that. Doing that. Yes. Okay, point taken. Charu, ending 45 seconds to you. Charu, I'm ending.
Let's make one thing very clear, Aishwarya. If it is said in seriousness, it is terrible. And if he's made a mistake in saying it, it's even worse. At this age, by this time in his political career, he's supposed to be a seasoned man. Whichever way you look at it, it establishes only one thing. Rahul Gandhi is a failed politician. He's not a leader. And I'm glad he's making statements like this, because if there are still a few blinded Indians, they will know better before they go out to vote for 2024 elections.
I understand, Rahulji. You've not got your answer. I understand, Rahulji. You have not got your answer. But I am. Yes. I can see your head nodding. You have not got the answer. You've not got the answer. You have not got the answer. Vineet, I don't have time. Pankaj Sharma, this debate will continue. Charu, this debate will continue. I am short on time, but I am going to take you on that, Rahul Dev. I am going to take you on that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all four of you. I have very, very limited time. This is a short format of debate. Thank you very much.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
March 18, 1965. Alexei Leonov becomes the first person to walk in space. The cosmonaut from what's then the Soviet Union leaves his Voskhod 2 capsule secured by a tether. Astronaut Ed White makes the first American spacewalk months later. 1922, in India, Mahatma Gandhi is sentenced to prison for civil disobedience. It's part of his long struggle for Indian independence from British colonial rule. Gandhi is released after serving 2 years behind bars. 1940, Nazi Germany's Adolf Hitler and Italy's Benito Mussolini meet at the Brenner Pass in the Alps bordering Austria and Italy. That's where Mussolini agrees that his country will enter World War II on Germany's side and against Britain and France. 2005, doctors in Florida, acting on a state judge's order, removed the feeding tube of brain-damaged Terry Schiavo. George Filos is the attorney for Terry's husband, Michael, who fought with Schiavo's parents in court over removing the tube.
It was an emotional occasion. Prayers were said at the time.
Schiavo dies 13.
Get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. No, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. If this election isn't won, I'm not sure that you'll ever have another election in this country. Does that make sense? I don't think you're going to have another election in this country. If we don't win this election, I don't think you're going to have another election, or certainly not an election that's meaningful. And we better get out, or we better. I actually say that the date, remember this, November 5th, I believe it's going to be the most important date in the history of our country. I believe that.
This is Republic, Niva Bupa Studios, your one-stop destination for all the breaking news updates, and I am Shivangi Shukla.
I am very, very happy to announce that Niva Bupa Health Insurance has come on board as Republic TV's studio partner. Niva Bupa Health Insurance is the fastest growing company among standalone health insurance players in India. It has also provided health insurance coverage to 1.1 crore people in India and settled over 15 lakh claims, processing one claim every 60 seconds. So we are delighted to be partnering with them.
This is Republic Niva Bupa Studio, your one-stop for all the breaking news updates, and I am Nikita Sahai.
This is Republic Niva Bupa Studio, your one-stop for all the breaking updates. I am Rakshita Mishra.
Trending burning question, powered by Reva University and Century Club Prime.
Good evening and welcome back to this section of Trending Burning Question this Monday evening. The Supreme Court today directed the State Bank of India to disclose all details related to electoral bonds that allowed individuals and companies to make donations to political parties. Remember, the 15th of February verdict of the 5-judge bench of the topmost court of the country headed by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, which had unanimously struck down the electoral bonds scheme, calling it unconstitutional. What we are going to discuss is that while it has opened a Pandora's box, which everyone is trying to fathom as per their own understanding, what the numbers add up to. If the BJP, as it is said, has cornered over 50% of the money coming in through electoral bonds, is it because it is the party ruling at the center plus at least 15 states, either directly or in coalition, possibly 20 if you include the smaller states as well? And how does it compare with a party like the Trinamool Congress, which rules only one state and has cornered 25%, as much as 25% or more of what the BJP has got? Also, we'll try to understand that in these donations that these political parties have received through electoral bonds route, which is now coming in public domain, how much of it is undisclosed for these respective parties? Joining us in this conversation, let me look at the window. Yes, we have Rajat Sethi, political analyst, leans towards the BJP. He's joining us live from Delhi. We have Pankaj Sharma, senior journalist, former media advisor to Chief Minister Kamal Nath, former Chief Minister Kamal Nath of Madhya Pradesh. He, of course, obviously leans towards the Congress party, live from Delhi as well. Monojit Mandal, political analyst, leans towards the Trinamool Congress and live from Kolkata. So let me start with you, Monojit Mandal, and with a nugget, if you could explain it to us. I'm going by figures of the year 2021-22 and given by ADR, the same organization, Association for Democratic Reforms, on whose PIL the Supreme Court has given this electoral bonds verdict. So according to these numbers, in the year 2021-22, the BJP received 1,917 crore rupees, Monojit Mandal, of which 61% came from unknown sources. The Trinamool received 546 crore rupees that year, which is roughly 1/4 of the BJP. And remember, Trinamool just one state, the BJP the entire country. And 97% of which, 528 crores out of 546 crores, came from unknown sources. So how do you explain this anomaly, Monojit Mandal, if you could throw some light? More people of unknown identity donating to Trinamool than the BJP.
Identities will be disclosed, as it should be disclosed from the BJP's point of view as well. The Trinamool Congress doesn't have ED, CBI, income tax under its possession. If Trinamool Congress is getting donation spontaneously from the business houses, must be they are investing in Bengal. They are showing their interest in the industrial rise of Bengal. But in case of BJP, look at the irony. And I should be saying this is a scam. Today, ED is going to DLF. Day after tomorrow, DLF is donating. Which political party DLF can donate only after going for the ED? Everyone in this country knows. These hospitals, Jashoda Hospital, again, today's income tax going to the hospital, day after tomorrow, they are donating to a political party. Which political party? I think even a bacha can understand. Similarly, there are plenty of such fake companies. One company, I believe, was based in Pakistan, power company, half power company. One is a lottery company, Future Gaming and Hotel Services. They have donated only days after ED, CBI is raiding them. And who can, the बच्चा भी जानता है इस देश में ED, CBI को कौन भेजता है और चंदा कौन लेता है. Disclose them, we'll understand. If other political parties who are not in center political power, if they are getting fund, it must be spontaneously given to them by the respective companies or individuals. There is no issue at all. And it is BJP who has to hide more than they have to reveal.
No. Monojit, you really sidestep the question. No, this is not fair. You sidestep the question and that's not fair. You really sidestep the question and that's not fair.
ED movement stops absolutely. It's like they are also buying the companies like they have bought Subhendu Adhikari, like they have bought Ajit Pawar, like they have bought Narayan Rane, like they have bought Mr. Sharma. It's like them. Either they have bought or they were actually given money to BJP to be in BJP political party. This has to be investigated.
Rajat,
What do I say, Abhishek
Monojit
ji?
Mandal, you have sort of
This
sidestepped my
panelist-
question.
This panelist
Those,
from the
the
TMC
arguments that you
is
gave,
so
we have
horribly
been discussing those for the
Abhishek
last
ji,
fortnight.
No, please
Yeah,
discuss.
please
Allow
go ahead,
me to
Rajat.
please make my point,
That
Abhishek
today
ji.
it is going to a
The
particular
TMC
company. Day
spokesperson
after
out
tomorrow
here
they are
is so
making
horribly
donation
misinformed, and he's trying to misinform and mislead your
Monojit
viewers
da,
as well.
you got your
Please mute
opening
him so that I
comments,
can
Monojit
speak.
da. Let him
He
speak.
said that Future Gaming, which is one of the biggest gaming companies, illicit gaming companies in India, bulk of their 90% of their funding went to their India Alliance partners, which is DMK and Congress combined in Tamil Nadu. This same company, Future Gaming Company, has gotten shelter to run lotteries in West Bengal also. I want to know from the TMC government spokesperson here, what has the TMC government done to stop lottery practices in West Bengal? Does he have an answer? See, coming and blabbering on national television is not going to yield them any votes. The public is very clever. They know they
doing with this
don't
company and
fall for propagandas of people who are coming here and pushing an agenda out here.
You
The
complain
thing
about
is very
everything.
clear.
You failed
DMK
in Manipur.
from
You
the
failed the
letterhead have
Manipur
said that
government. You have
Future
been an
Gaming,
advisor
which
to
is
Manipur
the
government.
kingpin of lottery in India, have funded
Monojit
DMK
Mandal,
party
Mandal,
to the tune of
he did not
506
interrupt
crore
you.
rupees.
Sorry.
I will answer. You have to allow me to answer. Ask him.
I'll let you answer.
Please ask him
I'll
to
let you answer,
my
but let me
question.
just get Pankaj
Ask
Sharma
him to
also.
answer
I'll
my
let you
question.
answer.
There are 3 dozen companies where ED
But you
and
did not
CBI
answer my
are
question,
ready.
Monojit Mandal.
And thereafter,
You did not answer
they are
my
making
question.
donations
I
to
asked
this
you a
political
question.
party. They are donations
How do you
and why
explain
ED
the
and
fact
CBI rates
that
stop?
90, as much as
Ask
97%
him
of the
this
money
question.
you have got through electoral bonds? No, I asked you a question, you dodged it, Monojit Mandal. Now I'll let you answer his question that he has asked. But let me get in Pankaj Sharma also. He is part of the debate. I'll let you answer, Monojit Mandal, for God's sake. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Let me get in Pankaj Sharma. He is on the side of, not in Bengal, but outside at least. Congress is on the side of Trinamool and Trinamool is on the side of Congress party. Okay, Pankaj Sharma.
Jealous of TMC's brand value. TMC doesn't possess ED, CBI, income tax. TMC has got only one brand value, that is value of Mamta.
I am not at all
That's
jealous.
why people are donating spontaneously.
That's brand value. Okay, now you answer. That's okay. Now you answer that it is because of the brand value of TMC that you got the money, but you're still not answering why unknown, and anonymous sources. 97% of them.
They have these money. They have donated to TMC. The State Bank of India, let the State Bank of India disclose everyone's name.
Because it's ADR data. It's ADR data. But let me get Pankaj Sharma.
Where do you get this idea from?
Okay, everyone would, of course, by Thursday. Everyone would know about everything by Thursday. But Pankaj Sharma.
He can buy bonds. Someone has to physically buy the bonds.
Monojit da, thank you so much for very successfully derailing this debate, or at least attempting to, but I'll not let you. Let me get in Pankaj Sharma, for God's sake. It's not in Bengal, at least outside Congress is an ally. We'll discuss. We are discussing. We have been discussing for the last fortnight. Pankaj Sharma ji, मैं question पूछ रहा हूँ. Just one question. Then you answer. Just a question, then you answer. You see, if I ask to any political party, any of these representatives here, whether money is needed in electoral politics, everyone would say yes, obviously. Then when I ask, is the money needed? Are the expenses really huge and beyond the ECI guidelines? Everyone says yes. So obviously it's a necessity. Now, a way has to be found, if not the cash culture which was there earlier, with cut money, with whatnot, N levels of corruption, N levels of layers of corruption. Then electoral bonds were found, a way of making it a little clean. And if the electoral bonds are also gone, then some way has to be found, right, Pankaj Sharma? And in the case of Congress party also, more than the BJP, 72% anonymous sources. So obviously, where is this money coming from?
Yes, so corporate political donations has an ethical dimension also. So Congress or TMC or BJP, for any political party, there should be transparency. Why are BJP government not coming out with all the facts? Why Supreme Court had to intervene? See, political donations through electoral bonds or through any means, should have transparency. They should tell themselves, all the political parties, including Congress and TMC, from where money. Here we also have a PM Cares Fund, which is out of the purview of RTI, which is out of the purview of audit, which is out of the purview of everything. So when you are establishing these kind of examples, the government itself for last 4-5 years, how much money has been collected by PM Cares Fund, how much money is spent on from this PM Cares Fund, nobody knows. And why should you be so keen to keep the whole PM Cares Fund out of the view of every type of scrutiny? So these are the basic questions, and all sorts of political donations.
Pankaj Sharma ji, sorry to be interrupting, but I think you are making it an issue just of BJP. If the issue is disclosure, it's as much for the BJP as for the Congress, as for the Trinamool, as for the DMK.
It is quite.
If the issue is about political funding, it is for the same for all political parties. If the issue is from where the money is coming, the source of funding is the same for all political parties. So why this holier than thou approach, right? Pankaj Sharma ji, why this holier than thou approach?
I have already said, Congress, be it TMC, be it BJP, everybody should come clean. Transparency. My point is, when the government...
Manojit Mandal, you agree? You agree with that?
Abhishek, give me 1 minute or 40 seconds to explain this. Political donation through bonds was legal till Supreme Court struck it down, right? It was absolutely clear. So companies donating to the political party, I think, is nothing new in this country. It has been happening for the last 75 years. Now it was legalized. Problem arises when a particular company is being shown the stick of ED, CBI or income tax, and thereafter they're making political donations, and thereafter consequently all CBI, ADI and income tax departments stop. When they become weaponized, when they become tool of the government in extorting money from a particular company, that is the worrying factor. Not company donating political party is not the worrying factor. That is not
Manojit Mandal. Manojit Mandal.
A government machinery is being used
you are extending
to cajole or to some way the other influence or to even force a company to donate, and thereafter every movement stops. There lies the problem. You have to make the distinction. A company donating money to political party is nothing new. It's not illegal till Supreme Court struck it down.
Yeah, if you allow me, Manojit Mandal. No. Yes. Manojit Mandal. So, no. Okay, you got your 1 minute. You see, I think you are extending the ED-CBI argument from political domain, where you have been charging the central government and the BJP of using ED-CBI for getting... but you see, for every example... Please let me complete. No, this is unfair. Manojit Mandal, this is unfair. For every one example you give of ED-CBI connected with these donors, the same donors have given money to the DMK, to the TMC, to the BRS. Rajat Sethi, last word to you, because I am told I have to wrap up for want of time. Rajat Sethi.
Yeah.
This ED-CBI argument, which has been in political domain, to be extending it to electoral bonds, little bit of a stretch.
Well, let me explain to you. It's a complex argument for the TMC fellow spokesperson to understand. There is a difference between causation and correlation.
I'm not
what needs to be inferred? What needs to be inferred here is, sir, you have had your time. Please keep quiet. What needs to be assessed and analyzed is that after the donation, were the cases stopped? Were the ED-CBI cases stopped in those respective cases? The answer is no. There are still cases going on. Even, sir, do you come out with a closure report in your tweet? Okay, don't blabber here. Again, I'm telling you, what you are trying to say is mislead the audience. None of the cases have the cases been stopped.
No, Manojit Mandal, don't disrupt. Don't filibuster.
Either
Monojit
you
Mandal, don't
establish it,
filibuster.
or you please keep quiet. You've had your time.
What
I'm trying to
do you
say
mean by
is
keep quiet? And you
these
failed even in
political
Manipur. You
parties,
have been
all
an
of all
advisor to
hues and
Manipur Chief
colors, have
Minister.
got,
Look
have
what is
got
happening in
donations
Manipur.
from
Quickly,
all kinds of
Sivaji
parties.
means you've got your time.
Bulk donation that
Let
have
him
come
complete.
TMC
If I am
or
still
to
left
India
with some
Alliance
time,
or
I'll
to
come back to you,
DMK or to
Monojit da,
Congress
please.
have all been from the same set of parties. The set of parties which have contributed on the electoral bonds haven't changed. That pool is still the same. So saying that, oh, I am holier than thou is not going to cut across. Audience, especially of that of the Republic, is pretty clear. They are mature enough to understand which way, what political party is trying to peddle what kind of an agenda. Leave it to their wisdom. The elections are coming. They will decide. And they'll decide and punish the parties which they feel have tried to fool the citizens of this country. Period. It's neither your point nor the BJP's point or any other party's point. Let the public decide.
So yeah, so he has effectively acknowledged. Abhishek has effectively acknowledged that BJP is the biggest black sheep because they have got the maximum benefit. 67%
No,
of
I
the
did not
funding
infer that.
going to
Rajat,
BJP.
10 seconds to respond. Rajat, 10 seconds to
higher
respond.
donation. Do you understand the sense of proportionality, sir? Or do I need to explain you what proportionality even means?
You
do you know you rule just one state? You rule just one state. What is the level of proportionality of
We have discussed this aspect. We have discussed this aspect.
Proportion, you teach me proportion. You have failed in Manipur. You have been
We have discussed this aspect.
Look, what is happening?
We have discussed this aspect. Rajat, we have discussed this aspect of proportionality as also of anonymous sources to political parties. This is something which is going to go on for some time. It's important. It's an important debate. Monojit Mandal, okay, we are done. Sorry. It's an important debate. It's very important for the functioning of democracy that it's clean. Every political party shares responsibility in terms of coming clean on their sources of funding, and we'll keep a close tabs on these developments in the interest of democracy. Thank you so much, Rajat Sethi, Pankaj Sharma and Monojit Mandal for joining us. Viewers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi responded to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's Shakti remark, saying that every mother and daughter is a form of Shakti in India. Listening to the scathing attack by Prime Minister Modi on Rahul Gandhi, which is also the debate at 9 p.m. with Arnab Goswami on the other side of a short break.
अभी कल मुंबई में इंडी अलायंस की रैली थी और चुनाव घोषित होने के बाद इंडी अलायंस की ये पहली और उनके लिए सबसे महत्वपूर्ण रैली थी। उस रैली में उन्होंने अपना घोषणा पत्र जाहिर किया और उनके पहले घोषणा पत्र का ऐलान क्या है? मुंबई के शिवाजी मैदान में जो छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज कहते थे, जब एक औरत को उठा करके लाए तो उन्होंने कहा, काश अगर तुम मेरी मां होती तो मैं भी तेरे जैसा सुंदर होता। ऐसा शिवाजी पार्क जहां से इंडी अलायंस ने अपनी घोषणा पत्र जाहिर किया और उन्होंने कहा है कि उनकी लड़ाई शक्ति के खिलाफ है। मेरे लिए हर मां शक्ति का रूप है, हर बेटी शक्ति का रूप है और मेरी इन माताओं बहनों की तरफ से, माताओं बहनों, आपको मैं शक्ति के रूप में पूजा करता हूं। मैं भारत मां का पुजारी हूं। मैं आप शक्ति स्वरूपा सब माता बहन बेटियों का भी पुजारी हूं और जिन्होंने कल शिवाजी पार्क में इंडिया अलायंस ने अपना घोषणा पत्र शक्ति को खत्म करने के लिए किया है। मैं इस चुनौती को स्वीकार करता हूं और मैं इन शक्ति स्वरूप माताओं बहनों की रक्षा के लिए जान की बाजी लगा दूंगा, जीवन खपा दूंगा। क्या भारत की धरती पर कोई शक्ति के विनाश की बात कर सकता है क्या? क्या शक्ति का विनाश हमें मंजूर है? हम सब शक्ति की आराधना करते हैं कि नहीं करते हैं? पूरा हिंदुस्तान शक्ति की आराधना करता है कि नहीं करता है? अरे हमने तो चंद्रयान की सफलता को भी किसको समर्पित किया? चंद्रयान की सफलता को भी जहां चंद्रयान ने लैंड किया, हमने उस सफलता को भी शिव शक्ति नाम देकर के शिव शक्ति को समर्पित किया है। और ये लोग शक्ति के विनाश का बिगुल फूंक रहे हैं। माताएं बहनें, शक्ति स्वरूपा आप है। क्या ऐसे लोगों को शक्ति का विनाश करने के मौका देंगे क्या?